This episode was sponsored by BetterHelp.
Oh, thanks. That's what I nickname it, actually. You want to see my lens? My photography gigs go very different.
It's called Only Photography.
Hey guys, and welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your podcast for everything. We are in a new setup just because I forgot my camera, but who knows? Maybe this might be something that we like. We'll see. You can actually get to see us like together. But we're talking about two different things, so we'll talk about them both simultaneously. We're gonna have the same clothes on. This is just gonna be split into two different parts. But the first one we want to talk about is Daredevil Born Again, which we were kind of behind by like a couple of episodes because you did go out to Australia. We haven't really had time.
I have to send you those, right?
Yeah. So, and then one of the upcoming episodes will have a bunch of that trip going out. We'll also have an extra bonus episode that we'll be releasing that was filmed a while back about conspiracies that we'll be releasing. But for right now, we're going to talk about Daredevil, not as much episode by episode, but like these just last chunk of episodes, 7, 8, 9, which were just like, holy shit. So we got a lot of confirmation. We know Vanessa fucking did the hit.
A lot of fucks, too.
So many fucks.
A lot of fucks. A lot of holy shits. Thanks, Dad.
Just so they can see your face.
Oh. Well, do they want to?
Leave a comment down below. And let us know.
Don't leave a
thumbs
comment.
up if you do, thumbs down if you don't.
I can't even see
not
myself.
on the video.
I can't even see myself in this.
Trust me, you look fabulous, darling.
Stop.
But yeah, so like a lot of F-bombs were dropped. It was the gore
was wild. I feel like some of the gore was also like half of it was like very much what's the word I'm looking for?
Practical,
and then animated.
There was a lot of CGI with like the blood spurts for the most part, or like when Frank was like going nuts and like gutting people.
That's what I noticed. Yeah.
So guys, I don't want to talk more about like 7 and 8. I want to talk more about 9, but like the things out of 7 and 8 that I really enjoyed, especially in 8, was the perspective of Bullseye, how he sees things in blue. In contrast to like
did change a lot of the scenery, like when he
was around, it's like you knew we were
really
in his head.
cool, yeah.
But they did that with Matt with Red in season 1, so it's kind of like showing the dichotomy of that. And also, I feel like there's more to Poindexter. Like it definitely seems like it didn't seem like he did that hit willingly, and he still wanted to kill Fisk because he was just mad about what happened. Because I think it's like for him, he's like, now Daredevil's always going to be on my ass. And I don't think he wanted that. He never wanted that to begin with. Even back in season 3, the reason Poindexter was so mad at Matt or Daredevil was because Daredevil wouldn't allow him to kill Fisk. And it's like, that's always been his mission, is to kill the Kingpin, and no one lets him do it.
That's interesting that you like split the dynamic, because the show does this too, where it's Daredevil and Matt. Like, just the fact that they're two different people in this like universe, is just they like really pronounce on like, are you trying to kill Daredevil or are you trying to kill Matt?
Yeah, I don't even know if he remembers that they're the same person, because the thing is they don't acknowledge it, but Bullseye was there in that mansion when he took off his mask, when he was beating Fisk in front of that painting, but he was quote unquote knocked out already. Because remember, he just had his back broken by Kingpin.
Right.
So I don't know if he was conscious enough to see that. Either that or he just doesn't remember it because of all the trauma. So it doesn't seem like he's made those connections yet. He knows who Karen is, he knows who Foggy is, and he knows who Matt Murdock is, but I don't think he knows Matt Murdock is Daredevil, or he doesn't remember.
Interesting.
Because he would have probably went after, like, he didn't even say anything when they were in trial. Like, you would have thought he would have like tried to out him when Bullseye was in trial, but it didn't seem like Bullseye knew who he was.
So, moving forward, like we're talking about episode 9 mostly.
Yeah.
So like, dude, that scene, I don't know what episode this was that I told you about in the interrogation area.
Oh, that was episode 8. That was
8?
Yeah.
That scene is wild on how much Matt Murdock does not give a fuck.
Like, not only just say fuck you, but like beats it and then says, guards, you started doing it.
Dude, that was crazy.
Like, it's this darkness that's in Matt that we're going to see even more. I think it, like, the season didn't wrap up with like Matt being like, oh, I'm going to be a good hero again. No, this wrapped up with him deciding he has to cross lines to get jobs done. And like he knows for a fact that like something probably happened to Frank. He's gonna go probably try to save Frank, even though Frank's
I think
out.
so too, yeah.
And he's gonna get his own special presentation and stuff like that. But like he wanted to kill Cole. Like he wanted to kill Ayala's killer, but like he just couldn't, even though that grenade kind of seemed like he got blown up. But I would not be surprised if he just has like half singed face,
Really?
kind of thing. Well, in the comics, Cole North was the leader of the task force.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I have a funny feeling like he's not done yet. And also that actor, like really good looking actor, like I don't think they're gonna waste him that quickly. He didn't get that much screen time, but they lasted on him for so long while they did. And I understand like it was for that reveal of Ayala, but remember, episodes 1, 8, and 9 all were reshot. Everything in between was what was the original stuff. That's why we never saw him get in the suit and none of that stuff. Like when Matt says fuck it and gets into that suit, that was never a part of the original thing. That was just what Disney added in. So they wanted him in the suit more. They got more of that. So that's why they just seem so contrasting and different in like the way they're shot and everything like that. The in between feels very different from everything on like the bookends. So, but going forward, we now have a sealed off fucking New York.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
That was scary. And a curfew.
And vigilantes are illegal, which means Spider-Man. Like, the thing is this also goes into the Sokovia Accords because of revealing your identity to not. Like, that was the whole point of Civil War, was the ones that wanted to keep their identities a secret, and then what others that said, I don't care that anyone knows who I am. Like, they needed...
Man
like, he didn't give a shit, you know? And, like, Captain America, yeah, they still knew who he was, but he was still on that side of, like... That's why Spider-Man also was another thing. It's weird that Spider-Man first started working for Iron Man and, like, was on his side, but it's because he idolized him. But, like, I don't think he realized what would have happened after if Iron Man would have won. Like, you would have had to unmask. Like, you would have had to do that because that's what Iron Man wanted, was for people to not be masked, because he thought that it would be, it's like, we're superheroes, what are we worried about?
Right.
But it's like your loved ones. And since Tony at that moment was very much like, I only care for Pepper, but I don't care for like many others, it was still a selfish act. Because he was like, I know I'm fine, but yeah, what about your other friends? What about Happy?
Yeah, that happened during like Iron Man 3.
Yeah, in a way,
his house got attacked.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it's showing those kind of things and how those the repercussions of all that is. So I think going forward with this, we have a lot of like Fisk's people doubting.
Yeah, right. But like, him. I feel like it's so crazy because being a vigilante,
Come this way, they can't see you.
Oh, sorry.
They can hear you, trust me.
Trust me, I don't think they can. But like just being a vigilante in general, right? You're putting people away and you wear a mask so they don't attack your loved ones. That was like the main general thing in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which, you know, enact like that Mary Jane. Not Mary Jane.
Gwen Stacy?
Aunt May.
Aunt May, yeah.
Aunt May got attacked in the hospital and all that stuff. So like it makes sense, but is it the right thing to do?
Yeah, it's a very gray area.
It's so weird,
especially in that world. So like, I don't know, going forward, I personally think that we're gonna get Matt in the black suit and he's gonna have to liberate New York. But when he said it army, at first I thought like defenders, but then there's also
what I was thinking,
the Hand from the comics, which was in the Born Again storyline.
You
said
like, that. What is the Hand?
So the Hand was Elektra and like that whole group of like assassins she was with.
Okay.
So he in the comics eventually like got them to help him take back New York. So I wonder if it'll be like a combo of all of this. You know, plus maybe some other cameos from heroes that we didn't expect to see. Like, I believe, like, Hector Ayala's niece is going to be White Tiger and help them. Yeah. I believe that Swordsmaster is going to get out.
I did not know that was a person.
Yeah. That was from Hawkeye.
Yeah, that was cool.
So, but now he's captured. But, like, also we got a lot of... The big thing I want to talk about before we talk about the big thing, here's a word from our sponsor.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. I know it's been a really rough year for everyone here, but BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you get a wide range of issues done. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call.
And you can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions whenever it's convenient for you. And if your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. And with BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist that is tailored to your needs and preferences, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker, and we have also linked them down below in the description, and that is betterhelp.com/nerdlocker.
Oh, shit. I didn't even notice that. Fuck.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about
All
being
right.
close to the mic.
All right.
All right, guys. So the biggest thing is fucking Punisher. Dude, John Bernthal is phenomenal. I know that he helped write a lot of his own lines, which was completely great for this show. Him with the coffee was a great running gag.
That was great.
Also, the buddy cop between him and Matt.
That was so fun. I want more
so
of that.
Funny.
I want more
it's
of that.
so funny. It's really good back and forth. And like, even when he was like, "What? You're not gonna fight them with your ass out?" And he flicked them off as he goes.
He's like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
But
It was like, even at the end of the fight, he was just like, man, you're such an asshole. He's like, yeah, I know.
yeah, like it definitely showed like how he wants to help, and we still don't really know. I'm assuming in the presentation we're gonna find out what the fuck is his goal, because he keeps mentioning that's not the fight I'm going for. Like, then what are you going? Why are you
going
in New
for
York?
Kingpin?
Like, why are you in New York? No, I think it's something else. Whatever this special presentation is gonna be, it's gonna acknowledge that, because he obviously. So guys, we all talk about spoilers. Post-credit scene of this, after Frank went to confront the task force and got captured because he was outnumbered, he was kept prisoner from Kingpin, who has apparently been collecting anyone he just doesn't like.
Right.
Like a
They're all
weird
in, like-
fucking collection thing.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And
He brings Vanessa in there.
yeah, and he shows Vanessa and she's all for it. They have fucking dinner and they're smiling. Weird, psychotic couple right there. But then Frank gets out by breaking off this man's arm, basically. Anthony. Poor Anthony. Poor Anthony. So we're kind of left there. So I'm going to assume it's going to be special presentation, picks up right after that, and then we're going to get the Daredevil Born Again season 2.
So you keep saying special presentation. What does that mean?
So what we've gotten before with like Werewolf by Night, like a one-off hour and a half, like little mini movie.
Okay, gotcha.
But this one will be written by John Bernthal.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. When does that come out?
I think it's supposed to be next year.
Oh, jam. Jesus.
Yeah.
I just said jam.
Because guys, next in Marvel, to wrap this up with, that I'm excited to see, I think we'll probably do a review on it. Fantastic Four is coming out, but I'm more excited for Thunderbolts, and I don't know why.
When is that's
Thunderbolts is in May,
right?
Yeah, and then July is Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. I don't know. Pedro has my heart.
Pedro does, and we'll talk about that in the next episode.
Talk about
but
Pedro in a bit.
I will say though, like I'm very excited for Thunderbolts because it just seems like it's gonna be the underdog, and it seems more political thriller. And they hired every single fucking person from A24, to be on this movie. Like all of the ones that won Academy Awards. I think it's like the I don't know. It's someone from Everything All at Once, another person from Hereditary, all that stuff. Jesus. Like there's a lot of people they hired from A24.
That's kind of fun. Okay.
So it's going to be a really I think it's gonna be a really good movie, and we'll see where that goes. And also one other thing, when it comes to Marvel, I now know, like everyone else, the reason they announced all those people for Secret Wars or Doomsday was because now set photos are being leaked. Because everyone's outside, so like, you can. So there is going to be a scene because we can see James Marsden Cyclops, not in costume, but talking to Wong.
That's so fun.
So now I'm starting.
That's wild.
But it also confirms a theory a lot of people had was, how did the X-Men get into our MCU? Who the fuck is recruiting them?
Right.
Wong, because remember in the post-credit scene from Deadpool and Wolverine, Gambit saw a sling ring open to get him. And we know Channing Tatum's coming back. So I think Wong is the one grabbing all the X-Men. Like he's been grabbing those other people. He's the one that's assembling everybody together to fight this multiverse threat. Because remember, it was him with Captain Marvel.
Right. Yeah,
and also talking about the 10 rings, saying like this is from quantum bands and stuff.
Yeah.
So Wong is the one trying to stop whatever. Because he told Strange and Doctor Verse, he said, don't fuck with the multiverse. And then he did it. So I think Wong's trying to clean up this mess right now.
Dude. Wong's got it.
I have a funny feeling Doctor Strange is the reason that like Doctor Doom's gonna be a thing. Like I feel like it's just because of how much like Tony Stark and Doctor Strange butted heads. I have a very funny feeling like it's just going to be that kind of dichotomy where like if Doctor Strange didn't do what he did, I think he's the anchor being. I think that's another thing they did in Deadpool Wolverine with Wolverine, like saying Wolverine was the anchor being of his universe, but we still don't know ours. A lot of people thought it was Scarlet Witch. I don't believe so, because if she is quote unquote dead, this whole world would be collapsing. So it either means she's alive and she is the Nexus or the anchor being, or I do believe it's Doctor Strange. I think he is the Nexus being, that if he dies, because remember, he didn't die during the blip. He didn't vanish.
Right.
So it's got to be any of the anchor beings, whoever it is, has to be someone that survived the blip.
Okay.
So because if they died, they would be gone.
That makes a lot of sense. But so in terms of Wong, going back to him, how important is he in the comics? Is he like
he's
pretty
not
prominent?
that no, he's not that big in the comics. This is definitely something that they've ran with, kind of like with Happy Hogan. It's like
so you just wrote a character.
No,
like
it was a small character and then made it bigger.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a lot bigger, just to like balance out what they needed to do and blah blah blah, because
that's
of all
a good
stuff,
writing tactic, actually. Yeah.
So I think Wong is definitely going to be that connective factor. I think Doctor Strange is more important because there's also delay on Doctor Strange 3. So I'm like, I wonder why, unless because they didn't announce him in those seats to be in Doomsday. And Benedict Cumberbatch at first, in one interview, the first interview asking about it, he said, I'm not in it. Then the second interview he was asked about it, he said, actually, I was mistaken. I am in it. And then now afterwards, he says, I can't confirm or deny. So it's like, you're in it.
What are you doing?
You're fucking in it. Like, you said no, you said yes, now you say I don't know.
Oh my God.
Like,
right, we
so, but yeah.
We gotta wrap this up here.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on the Sphere 21 on any social media platform except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Kahn VA.
And you can find me at Airmore Photography. You can find this, my studio, our studio, Archangel Studios official, wherever you get them. And you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get them. Peace.
Later.